this is Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher, and today is Monday, October 21st. Welcome back to my channel, and I hope that you enjoy what you see. Today I have a lot of finishes. I forgot to bring a couple last time, fully finishes. I have three finishes, and two of them need to be made into fully finished objects, and a whip. So I have things to show, but I don't think it'll be that long, but I did want to come on and just do a catch up. So again, it's been a good week. A couple kids were sick, and so some kids home, and it just was another long week. So needless to say, Wednesday night when I leave for Stitch West, I will have a sigh of relief to have a little bit of a break and rejuvenation with my friends and some stitching, shopping, and all kinds of things. So let me go ahead. I wanted to announce the giveaway winners from last week first thing, and then I'm not going to have a giveaway today because I'm going out of town and I want to get these mailed out. And then for some reason, the two people had reached out from last week, and I thought I mailed them, and I don't know what happened. I saw the email but never mailed them. So those are going to go out today. So let me go ahead and give the winners for last video. And if you are a winner, send me an email to sweetwaterstitcher@gmail.com with what you won and your address, and I'll get them in the mail. If you get them, get me your address today, tomorrow, or Wednesday. Wednesday I'll try. I can get them out before I leave. Otherwise, it'll be when I get back. So for number one, which was Boo to You, the winner is Joanne Salerno 1384. Congratulations. Number two was Boney Bunch, and the winner is Felicia Floss Fizz. Number three was Little Batty, which is this one, and the winner is Stephanie Gillart 130 and GLART. Number four, which was the 3 Scary Apothecary charts, and the winner is Linda Cromwell 5119. And the last one, which was the Vintage Stitch, the winner is LYNT 2408. So if any of those are you, like I said, send me an email to sweetwaterstitcher@gmail.com, and I will get those in the mail to you. Okay, so my finishes from last week that I meant to bring and show. I have shown a picture, but the first one was my finish of Boney Bunch, which I showed you the finished stitching, but I did fully finish it into a pillow. And I used some of the Teresa Kogut fabric that I had gotten, and I think that looks cute. I didn't put any rickrack or any other embellishments. I just thought it looked good on its own. And this, I think I mentioned last when I showed it, this was super, it was quick to stitch, but it was also really, it was really fun. So I would like to, I have the turkey one, turkey trot, maybe turkey something, or I don't know. For it, I have that one, so I'm thinking I might do that for Thanksgiving. But I also, which I'll talk a little about, I kind of am getting the Christmas stitching bug. So I know I said I was going to ride the fall and Halloween until I couldn't do it anymore. And so I'm thinking I might throw some Christmas in and then kind of be done with Halloween and maybe one or two more fall things. Or I might just be done with fall stitching. I don't know. But this is the next fully finish. And this is called Tomato Hill. And a lot of people were asking what this was. And this is a pattern that was an exclusive for Sampler Guild of the Rockies, which I spoke about when I showed it. And so you cannot get this pattern, and the membership for Sampler Guild of the Rockies is closed for this year. So next year when it comes up, you can join if you're interested. And they're sold out of all these kits anyways. But it was also very fun to stitch, quick. Both of these are by Plum Street. So I finished it on a board, and this board, it's either from Stitch Etc. or it's from April Homestead Needleworks. I don't remember. I just found it in my drawer of finishing things, but it was like the perfect size. So I put a little bit of the Tilda Autumn fabric, some lace, and finished it as a flat. And this piece on the cover, which I don't have it right here, it was finished as a pillow. So I thought it'd be fun to change it. And I have both of these in a bowl together. And then this is my other fully finish. And this was a portion, which I need to stitch the other part to finish the alphabet, but this was a portion from Casting a Spell. And I also spoke about that I wasn't going to do the whole box. I just was going to do a couple pieces and put them in the bowl, which I only did this one. I haven't done any more. But this is the Teresa Kogut fabric. And on the back, so on the front, I have this lace, and then I put what I ended up doing, because I didn't sew it in, I didn't realize I wanted it until after I was done, is I glued it to the back where it matched. I glued on this little bow to hide my seam. And even on the front, this is not tacked down, but because it's so tight, it's not going anywhere. So, but like I said, I need to do the other part of the alphabet, and then there's like a little pot. So I'll probably just make another pillow or have some other way of having the fabric on there, but I like that. So all three of those are together in a bowl. And then my other finishes were, hold on. All of the things just fell out of this bag. Hold on one sec. Okay. All right, I wanted to show this. So this, let me show you what I'm talking about as I have a giant mess going on, is I had ordered, I thought I had this in my stash, which I didn't, but I ordered this from my L&S because they didn't have any in. And I got the floss, which this is actually organized because these are the pearl cottons. So I cut them, and then when I was done, I just tied a little knot so they'd all stay together. And then there are a couple Weeks Dye Works pearl cotton that you use. So that's all the floss. And if you can see on the pattern, they stitched it on the gray Mad for Plaid bag, which is this bag. But I just thought, even though the words are purple, I thought it would be really cute on the purple bag. And I have a purple one. So I stitched it on the purple bag, and I think it looks really cute. So in the pattern, and this is how all of their bag patterns are, they also have it where you can use the same, so here's the finish, first of all. You can stitch the same pattern just as a little pin pillow, and you would use just the cotton floss. And then they also have this little scissor fob, which the scissor fob I might stitch later on, and I also might stitch this as a pin pillow. So I'm not going to get rid of this. And I also potentially might restitch the bag for a gift or something. It was very quick. It was about a day, only because I kind of was like starting and stopping because it was on Wednesday. My kids got out early, and then, I just had to do mom things. So it did take about a day to do. In all actuality, it's like a couple hours worth of stitching. But I love this back stitch of Eek. I think that's really cute. So that was fun stitch. Excuse me. And I am going to also, so I'm going to put some of my Halloween whips I'll keep in here, or I might do some Halloween kits and then put this in where I'm keeping my things. And I'm going to show that in a couple minutes, just kind of like a scan of what I did in my organizing. But I will use that. And then I also have the autumn bag, and I also have the thankful bag. But I think I'm going to do the autumn one, and then I will put some, again, autumn whips or kits or whatever. And then I am going to, I don't know if I have a picture or not, and I don't know where it is. Okay, hold on. Let me grab it really quick. I am going to make this for myself, which I might actually take this with me or work on this in the meantime, like while I'm waiting to go to Stitch West, because I have a lot of stuff to do to get ready, and spending a lot of time stitching is probably not what I need to be doing. So I am going to, and I'm also going to share this in a video at some point. I haven't made the video yet because I need to gather all the things again. But last year for Christmas, I made for two of my friends an Advent box of things, and it was all within a bag. And I got the bag idea from Lori Wilson with Thread Milk Designs and Sandy Spencer, who's Whispered Stitches on Instagram. And so they had taken a mesh bag, and I stitched the green one, which I think it looks the best on the green. And about, I don't know, a couple inches down is where I stitched this. And it's from this book, Jo Noel by Blackbird. And this book is out of print, but you can find it on the secondary. Is I stitched this row of berries and leaves. And it looks so good on this bag. And so that was the main thing that all the gifts were in that I gave. So I am going to gather those things and then create a video soon, hopefully, sharing with you how to put together a stitching Advent gift for friends, because I thought that would be fun. And all the things I did, it was really fun for me to put the gift together. And then some of the things I bought for myself, which is how I can show them. But I did use, and I'm going to, and this again, this was from Sandy and Lori. They had used these colors. For the light green, it was $9.37. These are pearl cotton. For the dark green, it was $9.36. And for the red is Turkish red. So these are the colors, and then they look really, really good on this bag. And again, the pattern is from here. So I would like to get that bag done for myself so I can put my Christmas things in here. And some other things that are in this book as well, just while I have this book out, this is called Merry Christmas, and it has the holly on there. The sampler, the Joy Noel. This, which I believe this is in another book too, or maybe I think it's in another book. 'Tis the Season. These are berries. Oh, it shows how to make sampler ornaments. Well, that's cute. I didn't even see that. I think it's from pictures of the pictures. This is called Sweetheart. Love letters. Oh. I don't want to show the charts though, but I'm trying to be careful. Souvenir of Paris, which is like one of the stockings. Let's see. This is vintage pincushion. And that's all. Oh, and then they show like how to make some gift tags with the samplers. So this book has a lot of projects in it if you're able to find it. And honestly, I don't even know where. I did buy it on the secondary and I don't remember where I bought it from. But I really loved this. And I kept looking and looking for other patterns to find like this exact kind of look. And I really couldn't find it. So I ended up buying this book. So that is another mesh bag plan that I would like to get that done. And I know some people don't like to stitch on them, but I think that they're really fun. All right, so I did that. Then I was watching Swan, the Periwinkle Stitcher. And I also saw Brenda Gervais' new releases, and she has a new swan. And I forget if it's called Christmas Swan or Winter Swan, but either way, it'll be out for my Christmas decorations. So I figured I better get moving on the Autumn Swan because I want to stitch the next one when it comes out. So Autumn Swan, and this is the pattern. And all I had done was I had started this little teeny part in the top of the swan. It was like very little. So Swan showed hers was finished. So I figured pick it up and get working. So I did, and I did finish. And I will share what I did. So as you can see, I don't know if I can hold both up at the same time. First of all, I already knew before I started stitching, I did not want to put the word autumn at the bottom because in the summer one, it doesn't have a word. And although it's cute, I want them to, I'm going to put them out separately, but when I stitch all of them, and I'm assuming there will be like a spring one or something, I would like to put them all like in a display together. And so the summer one is more of a square shape, and this one is definitely more rectangular. So I wasn't going to stitch the autumn words. And I got all of this done, and then I realized if I didn't stitch this extra pumpkin here, it would make this more square. Because I think she has the extra pumpkin because she has the word underneath. And since I wasn't doing that, I just left that pumpkin off. And I think it looks totally fine without it. So that was the only change that I made. But again, if you did not see the pattern, you would know no different that I left the pumpkin off because it looks completely fine without the pumpkin. And I used all the called for colors in all of the called for places. So this is going to be a pillow, and I was trying really hard to get it done yesterday. I finished stitching it yesterday, and I wanted to finish it into a pillow along with my Boo to You, but I couldn't get it finished into the pillow. But at least I have the full finish to show. All right, and that will be good to stay out all autumn long. Then my last finish was, where is my, here we go. when this is why I didn't get the pillows done, because I picked this up and then I sat down in my bed and I didn't want to get up. But I was stitching, and I showed this before, the sampler on the front, and this is from Kathy Haberman, Hands-On Design and Summerhouse Stitchworks, their collaboration, which in this book, this has the most awesome projects. And I'll show you another one that I'm interested in. Well, you can see it. It's the scissor fob. I'm really considering stitching that. It's very cute. But I was doing the sampler, and I had about half of it left to do. And I thought, I'm just going to get it done. I think I can get it done. And it also kind of stemmed from I'm getting in the Christmas mood, and I kind of wanted to get whatever fall or Halloween stuff done that I wanted to get done this year. So here is my finish. And this is on 32 counts Hawthorne, I believe. Yep, 32 count Hawthorne. And I used all of the DMC colors, and I stitched with one strand of thread on 32 count. So if I used 2 strands, it probably would have been a little bit darker or brighter. But I thought that the one strand was perfect coverage for me, and I was fine with that. And I am debating on how I want to finish this. I am thinking about going to Michael's because I need to still get my sampler from Annie, the Proper Stitcher, framed. So I'm thinking about trying to find something like this and then using like some of the Tilda fabric in the background, or finding a I think it's 4x6, just finding a frame and sticking it in the frame. I'm not going to have it custom framed. But cute. And once I got started, I was like, I can get this thing done tonight. And I was bound and determined to get it done, which is why the pillows did not get made. But that's okay, because I was able to get in another finish. So that made me feel really good that I had that all done. And then, so that's all my finishes. And yeah. And 2 of them really were starts and finishes. So I don't know how I'm getting all this stuff done. I just start stitching and it just happens to get done, I guess. But after the video last week, I was still continuing on with A Ghoul-Tide Welcome, which is by Plum Street. And I'm stitching this with a few friends. And so I finished up my 3 days of stitching, and then that's kind of when all this other stuff happened. But my goal was to finish the whole border, but I didn't get all the way. Oop, let me go here. I got far. I wanted to finish the thing, but I didn't get that done. That's what I will do next. But I did want to at least get over to the edge and start going up so I could trim my fabric, which I did do that. And I am stitching with the called for DMC, and this is the called for fabric, which is 36 count vintage sand dune by Lakeside Linen. So I was able to, like I said, get all the way over there, and I'm fine with that. And I do not know if I'm going to work on this anymore this year. I'm considering working on it on the 13th of every month to just keep having progress. And most likely that's what's going to happen, because I don't really see myself like spending a whole lot more time like in a 3-day rotation or anything right now, because I am, like I said, I'm kind of getting the Christmas stitching bug, but I'm trying to see what other fall and mainly fall. And so this is to me really Halloween, but I'll probably keep it up through the fall when I'm finished with it. But I'm thinking I'm not really going to do any more Halloween stitching because we're almost to the end of the month, and I want to do some Christmas. So that's the story. But I will more than likely try to pull it out on the 13th and have like a 13th day stitch of working on this. And I mean, who knows? If I get some motivation to be wanting to work on it, then I might work on it more than that, but I don't really see that happening. But never say never, because I feel like that's when I end up liking something or doing something, is when I say, oh, I'm never going to do that. So who knows? So that was really my only whip, because Autumn Swan was a whip and I finished it. And my Scary Bag was a whip and I finished it. And my Between Friends was a whip and I got it finished. So pretty easy week of showing and not a lot of whips. So for my plans, like I've mentioned, Wednesday night I'm leaving to go to Stitch West. So until then, I will maybe work on one of the bags or pull out the Gather In or something that's just easy, because I really probably won't stitch very much before I go. I have a lot of things to do, to prepare. I still haven't packed, and I mean, there's just a lot of things to do before I go out of town. I am going to go to Shepherd's Bush when I'm there, and potentially some of the other stores. Shepherd's Bush is like number one on my list to get to, and I am thinking I would like to find some Christmas pattern, and either if it's a conversion they have or kit it up there, and that will be really the main thing that I'm interested in buying, because I did do organizing, and I'll show that in just a second. And I have a lot of Christmas patterns. I have a lot of patterns in general, but I do have a lot of Christmas patterns. I have Christmas whips to be working on, so I don't really need to buy a lot of patterns. But we'll see. Again, I'm not saying never, because that's when it always something happens. So we'll see. I have a bag still full of fall / like autumn kind of whips and starts to work on, and I'm potentially am going to pull something out from there to be working on even into next month, even if I mix kind of autumn and Christmas together. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I definitely I did sign up for the Jingle Ball, and I signed up also for Stacy Nash's kit, her gingerbread house needlebook or case stitching, whatever it was called. So cute. But signing up for the Jingle Ball and seeing that, and then Chantel's ornament box I know is on the way. It just is all getting me into the Christmas spirit. So who knows? It'll be a surprise when I come back next week as to what I've stitched. So for haul, I did get the chart and threads for this. And then I had not bought this yet, but I saw Annie and her daughters show this on their video, and it's much smaller than I thought it was. So I went ahead and picked this up and thought it's really cute. Also, I'm going to have to insert a picture. Oh, actually, I think I can show it on here. Chelsea, who is Annie's daughter, she has created her first pattern, and it's under her mom's, Annie's Etsy shop, and she's designing under Annie Beez Folk Art for right now, but then she might branch out and create her own company and name later, but she isn't doing that yet. This is her first chart, October 31st, and I would like to try to get this stitched. It is so cute, and Chelsea so kindly sent this to me. I love them, and I love their Flosstube, and so I would really like to stitch this. And if you're interested, it's very small, and it has 5 colors. Let's see, what's the stitch? 56 by 54. So it is not big at all. Could easily be done before Halloween. But go, and I'll put a link in the description box to go to Annie's Etsy shop where you can buy the chart. Let me write a note for myself. But I also, that was another thing I wanted to mention. I try to link things that I'm telling you I'm going to link. And then if there's anything and it's in the description box. So if you there's like a down arrow, you can hit that and it will drop down, and there's links in there to go to things I'm telling that I'm going to link. And sometimes I'll add extra things. If there is something I talk about that I said I will link, or you're interested and I didn't, reach out. But if you are looking for something I'm talking about, I do put it down there. So just letting you know that I am putting things down there. Sometimes I put more than others, kind of depending on the time of how much time I have to get the video up and all that stuff. I already forget what I was going to say. Oh, I was going to show a little my organization. So I'm just going to move the camera down, and you can see over here, right there, all of those are binders, and they were the 12 by 12 scrapbook bins, and that's where I had all my patterns by designer. But what I have been noticing, and after watching, I really got the idea from Nicole Spohr. I was watching her video, and she was showing her Halloween patterns in her binder. And I have done binders before, and I had patterns like that before I went to the scrapbook bins, and they were by season. And then I went to the scrapbook bins and I put them by designer. But what I have been realizing over the past few months is that I am still kind of designer-ish focused. Like, I have my favorites that I like to stitch. However, I am definitely seasonally drawn. Or like if it's not a season I have, or I want to stitch a sampler. So what I ended up doing is I took all of them out of the designer bins and I put them into these binders based on season. And then I haven't done this part yet because I just wanted to get it off the floor because it was a giant mess, is I just put them all in the binders in sheet protectors. And then I am going to separate within the season, like put all of the Brenda Gervais together, all of the Plum Street together, and so on and so forth. But like I mentioned, have a lot of patterns, and so really I just needed to get them put in the binders, and then as the season comes and I go searching, I'll kind of reorganize the binder. And then I'm going to move out of the way, and I'll move this down. Excuse any mess you see, but down here, those are, again, by season. They have bins, and they are my seasonal whips. So I put all of the Christmas whips together, all of the Halloween whips together, and so forth. I did go through the whips. Some that had like 3 stitches. I don't know why I had that as a whip. I unkitted and I just got rid of that, and then I put the pattern back because to me that's not really a whip. It's like 3 stitches, although technically it is. So anything that had like a substantial amount of stitching in, and then I had to still want to stitch it. And as time goes by, sometimes your tastes change, and my taste has definitely changed over the course of my stitching journey, and even since I started Flosstube, I have definitely branched out to different things. I started stitching samplers, which I did not do before, and just kind of different designers, which is fine. So I did go through the whips, like I said, and some that I was not interested in doing anymore, I got rid of. I did unkit a lot of stuff, so I have a whole lot of floss, which was beneficial when I was trying to kit something up that I'm taking to the retreat and I want to find fabric for, so I was able to find all the floss for that. And So it was fun to go through all my things and see. And the real reason I was doing it was because I felt like I couldn't find anything. I had a lot of things and it was a mess. And to create, sometimes personally, and I know I've talked to other people, I need to have an organized space and it needs to be clean. And then I can feel like I can be creative. And even cleaning my table off. I need to make my table gifts and I couldn't make them because it was a mess. So I was able to do that and get that organized, and it feels so much better. Another project I would like to tackle is organizing my linen, because it's like semi-organized, but I have more than fits in my organization style or how I have it organized. So I need to figure out a different storage way for that. But it's fine how it is. And I pretty much know if I'm looking for something, like if I have it and where I kind of might have put it. So we'll see. But that is all. I'm looking around and I think that's everything for today. Like I said, I'm going to Stitch West Wednesday, and I'm very excited to see my friends, meet new people, meet some other Flosstubers who I haven't met in person, go to Shepherd's Bush, and do some other shopping while we're there. And that's all. And when I get back, I will share what my table gifts were, and I'll be back on Sunday. So as long as everyone is well and everything goes well, I'll be back next Monday to give a recap of the retreat and share what I got and share what I worked on. So, and get to share what Kathy's project is. So I'm really excited also to see Kathy from Hands On Design and see what her project is for us, because I have no idea. But I hope you guys get lots of stitching in. Hope you have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you next Monday.